how to prevent HIV. There are new ways on how to prevent HIV now that everybody needs to understand, everybody needs to learn. So that is the purpose why we are making this video. If you've not watched those videos that I made earlier, on the sign you see in a woman with HIV and that of a man, go back to my channel and watch it. So what are the new ways? Because a lot of people, they don't know how to prevent this. HIV is very closer than what we know. It's very closer to us. But when you know this way on how to prevent this viral infection, you are going to be safe. Once again, you are welcome back to my channel. Make sure you subscribe. Tell us where you're watching us from right now. Tell us in the comment section, where are you watching us from? Yeah, how do you prevent HIV? What is HIV? That is human immunodeficiency virus, which is always caused by a viral infection, and it affects the immune system. So when it gets into your system, how, or you as a person, how do you prevent it from getting into your system? The number one prevention that everybody needs to learn, everybody needs to know is abstinence. Abstinence is something that everybody needs to be cautious about. That's abstinence from sexual intercourse. On no condition should you have a sexual intercourse with someone who is not your partner, someone who is not your husband, someone who is not your wife. Yeah, so by the time you start practicing abstinence from sexual intercourse all around, having multiple sexual partners, you are already preparing yourself by preventing HIV. Then 2, always make sure you avoid multiple sexual partners. Yes, fine, you can have your own partner without practicing abstinence, but when they are now multiple, that is, you're not just having sexual intercourse with one person, you are exposed with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and thereabout. You have sexual intercourse up and down. That is what is actually luring you into the viral infection. So avoid having multiple sexual partners. That is the second prevention that will help you and will help your future. Then the number 3 thing that can also help you, very importantly, is avoid the use of sharp objects. Sharp objects, yes. You see, many of us, we see sharp objects all around, maybe keys, maybe plates, or maybe knife or anything, or sharp edges, door handles that are sharp. If at all it is being contaminated with HIV, maybe somebody living with HIV has already made use of those objects and it gets in contact with their blood. Their blood has already contaminated the object, and you make use of the object and you don't know this object mistakenly caught your hand. You have exposed yourself and your system to this viral infection and to get into your system. So you have to make sure by all means avoid the use of sharp objects that have been used by people living with HIV. That's another way. Then the number 4 ways in which you can also prevent this HIV from getting into your system is total screening and compatibility. Yes, you see, this one I'm talking about, it actually occurs and happens in the hospitals or in blood diagnostic centers. Before bloods are being transfused, if you are the recipient, always make sure the donor's blood is screened properly. Yes, ensure that the recipient's blood that you are taking into your system, or the donor's blood you are taking into your system as a recipient, is properly screened from HIV. If the HIV is not screened properly and you are transfused with the blood with HIV, you become infected. So you have to make sure you prevent that by what? Total screening, total cross-matching, and total compatibility. So it is necessary that before you allow any blood transfusion into your system, always make sure that what it is tested thoroughly. And last but not the least, the prevention I'm going to give you before we move on to the next topic is always make sure as a person you take it as a responsibility for yourself to always go to the hospital to test yourself. Get tested. You can do that every month. You can do that every 3 months. In fact, if you can even do it every day, every week, it's fine. HIV moves around. Yes, and it can get in contact with you at any time. Whether you have an unprotected sex, come in contact with sharp objects, come in contact with blood, you can get infected. So always make sure you practice these preventive approaches so that it will prevent you from getting infected with this viral infection. If you are just coming across our video for the very first time, make sure to subscribe. Click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to my channel. You have many of these videos that you enjoy. Check my channel and watch this video. YouTube is suggesting for you to watch next. Click on it and I will meet you there.